want to know what it's like? How it feels behind the wheel? On the most exclusive asphalt in the world. .1,000 horsepower at your command. Speed like you've never known. Millimeters between fame and failure. Milliseconds between first. To know what it's like, how it feels behind the wheel, on the most exclusive asphalt in the world. .1,000 horsepower at your command. Speed like you've never known. Millimeters between fame and failure. Milliseconds between first and forgotten. Take your seat. Enter the new era. F1 22. To know what it's like, how it feels behind the wheel, on the most exclusive asphalt in the world. .1,000 horsepower at your command. Speed like you've never known. Millimeters between fame and failure. Milliseconds between first and forgotten. Take your seat. Enter the new era. F1. to know what it's like? How it feels behind the wheel. On the most exclusive asphalt in the world. 1,000 horsepower at your command. Speed like you've never known. Millimeters between fame and failure. Milliseconds between first and forgotten. Take your seat. Enter the new era. F1 22. Do you want to know what it's like? How it feels behind the wheel. On the most exclusive asphalt in the world. 1,000 horsepower at your command. Speed like you've never known. Millimeters between fame and failure. Milliseconds between first and forgotten. Take your seat. Enter the new era. F1 22. Do you want to know what it's like? How it feels behind the wheel. On the most exclusive asphalt in the world. 1,000 horsepower at your command. Speed like you've never known. Millimeters between fame and failure. Milliseconds between first and forgotten. Take your seat. Enter the new era. Do you want to know what it's like? How it feels behind the wheel. On the most exclusive asphalt in the world. 1,000 horsepower at your command. Speed like you've never known. Millimeters between fame and failure. Milliseconds between first and forgotten. Take your seat. Enter the new era. F1 22. Do you want to know what it's like? How it feels behind the wheel. On the most exclusive asphalt in the world. 1,000 horsepower at your command. Speed like you've never known. Millimeters between fame and failure. Milliseconds between first and forgotten. Take your seat. Enter the new era. F1 22. Do you want to know what it's like? How it feels behind the wheel. On the most exclusive asphalt in the world. 1,000 horsepower at your command. Speed like you've never known. Millimeters between fame and fail. On the most exclusive asphalt in the world. 1,000 horsepower at your command. Speed like you've never known. Take your seat. Enter the new era. F1 22. Do you want to know what it's like? How it feels behind the wheel. On the most exclusive asphalt in the world. 1,000 horsepower at your command. Speed like you've never known. Millimeters between fame and failure. Milliseconds between first and forgotten. Take your seat. Enter the new era. F1 22. Do you want to know what it's like? Behind the wheel. On the most exclusive asphalt in the world. 1,000 horsepower at your command. Speed like you've never known. Millimeters between fame and failure. Milliseconds between first and forgotten. Take your seat. Enter the new era. F1 22. Do you want to know what it's like? How it feels behind the wheel. On the most exclusive asphalt in the world. 1,000 horsepower at your command. Speed like you've never known. Millimeters between fame and failure. Milliseconds between first and forgotten. Take your seat. Enter the new era. F1 22. Do you want to know what it's like? How it feels behind the wheel. On the most exclusive asphalt in the world. 1,000 horsepower at your command. Speed like you've never known. New era. F1 22. Do you want to know what it's like? How it feels behind the wheel. On the most exclusive asphalt in the world. Enter the new era. F1 22. Do you want to know what it's like? How it feels behind the wheel. On the most exclusive asphalt in the world. 1,000 horsepower at your command. Speed like you've never known. And forgotten. Take your seat. Enter the new era. F1 22. Do you want to know what it's like? How it feels behind the wheel. On the most exclusive asphalt in the world. Do you want to know what it's like? How it feels behind the wheel. On the most exclusive asphalt in the world. 1,000 horsepower at your command. Speed like you've never known. Millimeters between fame and failure. Milliseconds between first and forgotten. Take your seat. Enter the new era. F1 22. Do you want to know what it's like? How it feels behind the wheel. On the most exclusive asphalt in the world. 1,000 horsepower at your command. Speed like you've never known. Millimeters between fame. The new era. F1 22. Do you want to know what it's like? How it feels behind the wheel. On the most exclusive asphalt in the world. 1,000 horsepower at your command. Speed like you've never known. want to know what it's like? How it feels behind the wheel. On the most exclusive asphalt in the world. 1,000 horsepower at your command. Speed like you've never known. Millimeters between fame and failure. Milliseconds between first and forgotten. Take your seat. Enter the new era. F1 22. Do you want to know what it's like? How it feels behind the wheel. On the most exclusive asphalt in the... To know what it's like. How it feels behind the wheel. On the most exclusive asphalt in the world. 1,000 horsepower at your command. Speed like you've never known. Millimeters between fame and failure. Milliseconds between first and forgotten. Take your seat. Enter the new era. F1 22. Want to know what it's like? How it feels behind the wheel. On the most exclusive asphalt in the world. 1,000 horsepower at your command. Speed like you've never known. Millimeters between fame and failure. Milliseconds between first and forgotten. Take your seat. Enter the new era. F1 22. Want to know what it's like? How it feels behind the wheel. On the most exclusive asphalt in the world. 1,000 horsepower at your command. Speed like you've never known. Millimeters between fame and failure. Milliseconds between first and forgotten. Take your seat. Enter the new era. F1 22. Do you want to know what it's like? How it feels behind the wheel. On the most exclusive asphalt in the world. 1,000 horsepower at your command. Speed like you've never known. Millimeters between fame and failure. Milliseconds between first and forgotten. Take your seat. Enter the new era. F1 22. Do you want to know what it's like? How it feels behind the wheel. On the most exclusive asphalt in the world. 1,000 horsepower at your command. Speed like you've never known. Millimeters between fame and failure. Milliseconds between first and forgotten. Take your seat. Enter the new era. F1 22. Do you want to know what it's like? How it feels behind the wheel. On the most exclusive asphalt in the world. 1,000 horsepower at your command. Speed like you've never known. Millimeters between fame and failure. Milliseconds between first and forgotten. Take your seat. Enter the new era. F1 22. Do you want to know what it's like? How it feels behind the wheel. On the most exclusive asphalt in the world. 1,000 horsepower at your command. Speed like you've never known. Millimeters between fame and failure. Milliseconds between first and forgotten. Take your seat. Enter the new era. F1 22. Do you want to know what it's like? How it feels behind the wheel. On the most exclusive asphalt in the world. 1,000 horsepower at your command. Speed like you've never known. Millimeters between fame and failure. Milliseconds between first and forgotten. Take your seat. Enter the new era. F1 22. Do you want to know what it's like? How it feels behind the wheel. On the most exclusive asphalt in the world. 1,000 horsepower at your command. Speed like you've never known. Millimeters between fame and failure. Milliseconds between first and forgotten. Take your seat. Enter the new era. F1 22. Do you want to know what it's like? How it feels behind the wheel. On the most exclusive asphalt in the world. To know what it's like. How it feels behind the wheel. On the most exclusive asphalt in the world. 1,000 horsepower at your command. Speed like you've never known. Millimeters between fame and failure. Milliseconds between first and forgotten. Take your seat. Enter the new era. F1 22. Do you want to know what it's like? How it feels behind the wheel? On the most exclusive asphalt in the world. 1,000 horsepower at your command. Speed like you've never known. Millimeters between fame and failure. Milliseconds between first and forgotten. Take your seat. Enter the new era. F1 22. Do you want to know what it's like? How it feels behind the wheel? On the most exclusive asphalt in the world. 1,000 horsepower at your command. Speed like you've never known. Millimeters between fame and failure. Milliseconds between first and forgotten. Take your seat. Enter the new era. F1 22. Do you want to know what it's like? How it feels behind the wheel? On the most exclusive asphalt in the world. 1,000 horsepower at your command. Speed like you've never known. Millimeters between fame and failure. Milliseconds between first and forgotten. Take your seat. Enter the new era. F1 22. Do you want to know what it's like? How it feels behind the wheel? On the most exclusive asphalt in the world. 1,000 horsepower at your command. Speed like you've never known. Millimeters between fame and failure. Milliseconds between first and forgotten. Take your seat. Enter the new era.
All right, welcome to that is the Russian Grand Prix in Sochi, and this is brought to you by Next Level Experience. My name is Moses Achodo, and I'll be taking you through the commentary of this race, and ultimately today we will be determining who the winner is. On our championship, we have Kadugala, we have Gerald Hamilton, we have Samuel King, who's driving for Moving Ads. Kadugala drives for Black Oaks, and then we have the one and only D-Wall, who drives for Kadugala, and it's lights out. Away we go. A brilliant start for Samuel King in there, who is in pole position, but he swerves a little bit wide in there. It's Kanim, who drives for Gardens F1 in first place. Then you have Samuel King in second, D-Wall in third, Gerald Hamilton in fourth, Joel Kamadi in fifth. And there we go. Oh, and there's been a collision between Gerald Hamilton and Samuel King. D-Wall now takes the leadership of this race. Gerald Hamilton is in second, Samuel King is in third, Joel Kamadi is in fourth, Kadugala is in fifth. Quite a race this is going to be, really. Kanim, who was leading this race, finds himself all the way in sixth with a whole lot of work to do. Here comes Gerald, hunting down B1. Samuel King not having quite the race he wants to have. Gerald Hamilton swerving around this track, causing a bit of a collision in the behind him. Ooh, close jump by Samuel King and Joel Kamadi, very close. Kanim just 0.9 seconds behind Kadugala. Kadugala is on a chance to overtake, and he makes that beautiful overtake in the apex. He has a chance, but it's still tight, extremely tight, between Kadugala and Samuel King. Oh. And now he's going for, Kadugala is going for Gerald Hamilton. Does he get him? He gets it, his man. Ooh, and there is a big hit. Massive hit for Kanim. Kadugala finds himself in second behind B-Wall of Gardens F1, who is now having a whole 4-second cushion. This track, it's all about the discipline, it's all about the patience. When you look at sector 2, that is where you see a bit of a gap for the overtakes. But B-Wall going through sector 3 will be happy with how he's driven so far. He now has a whole 5-second gap. This is the kind of race that he definitely would have wanted to start with at the beginning of the season. B-Wall is in the lead, Kadugala is in second, Samuel King is in third. Samuel King with 0.1 seconds on Kadugala now. Can he get his man on the straight? Does he get some DRS? Yes, he does, but Kadugala fights on, and Eric, out of the blue, just gotten ahead of both drivers. And now Eric is into second position. Look at those 3 cars going at it. It's a battle out there. Eric trying to squeeze his way out. Couldn't even peg from the back. No, he manages to keep himself in this track. And Samuel King gets into second It's now a hunt between the three cars. We will keep you here because this is where the drama is, and these three drivers are all equally good. Samuel King in second, but separating him and Eric is just 0.2 seconds. An overtake could be looming any second now. That is going to be a very tight corner for Eric to try and make an overtake, and he tries it. Does he get his man? Ooh, pushed a little bit wide again. Pushed wide again by Samuel King. It's such a tight race. Such a tight race. Oh, Gerald Hamilton hitting rather hard on those brakes right there. And now we're back on board with the three cars. B-Wall now with a whole 6-second cushion on Samuel King. He needs to continue building that gap because it will be very vital for him when we come down to the time of pitting, because that will determine just about how much he will be able to come back and lead this race. 4 laps done so far. 4 laps of the 27 laps have been done so far, and B-Wall is driving a race of his own at the moment. Discipline will keep him up there, or better yet, will give him even a big opportunity to get away from the chasing pack, who are scampering for everything against each other right about now. Kadugala in second, Samuel King in third, Eric in fourth, and Joel Kamadi is in fifth. Gerald Hamilton, the championship leader, is in 6th position. If it finishes the way it is going now, the end towards this championship could become a little bit more dramatic as things go on. Remember that Gerald Hamilton is 5 seconds behind Joel Kamadi. Samuel King needs to find his footing. He needs to get closer. So that is Kadugala. But Kadugala is doing immensely well, chopping down on the gap between him and B-Wall. And it's now a 5.5 second difference. B-Wall needs to wake up, because right about now, the championship lead he was having is going to be cut down tremendously. On board with Kadugala and Samuel King. These two have been going at each other from the very beginning of this race. And now Kadugala seems to be getting away from Samuel King, but they both have almost the same car, same pace, and it's going to be a question of how disciplined each one of them is, because that is going to determine who gets to overtake and who gets to continue with leading from the pack. B-Wall now is, his leadership has been cut down to 5 seconds. Ooh, and Gerald Hamilton goes off the track. He's struggling to get back onto the track and now gets back on it. Not the race Gerald Hamilton wanted to have. And now he is 9 seconds behind Joel Kamadi. That only means that he's going to have to work a whole lot if he's to go and pit and come back and come out with a chance of him winning this race. But like always, this championship has presented nothing but drama, nothing but opportunities for drivers. Kanim getting ever so close to Samuel King. 1 second separates the two. 4.7 seconds separate Kadugala and B-Wall. Kadugala now has B-Wall in his sights, and that will give him so much hope that he could get this race for himself. We are now in sector 2, and these drivers are going at it. B-Wall gets a bit of a push in there. No one has DRS as it stands because all of them are separated by an incredible 1.5 seconds, 1.2 seconds, 4.5 seconds, 2.6 seconds. And for Gerald Hamilton, it's gotten worse. It's now a whole 22 seconds gap between him and Joel Kamadi. You can see how focused Samuel King is. You can see how calm Eric Kanin is. He knows he has to continue pushing. He knows he has to be very patient with these two drivers ahead of him. On board with the 3 drivers now. We are on board Eric, who is behind Samuel King. A 3-second penalty to Gerald Hamilton. Can Eric get closer? 0.7 seconds separating these 2 drivers. Can he continue and get close to Samuel King? He needs to continue pushing and pushing. B-Wall will be hoping that Eric can get close to Samuel King and get close to Kadugala so that he can relax a bit. But as it stands, Kadugala has now chopped the 6 seconds to now 3.8 seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, a race we've been waiting for is unfolding in front of our eyes. Eric, 0.3 seconds now. Patience will be all he needs to get to a sub DRS zone. He is just about to get the DRS zone. He needs to be patient, and if he can do it, he could get the DRS zone now, push him, and then he can get closer. And can he get the inside? He gets the inside and overtakes Samuel King. Now he has to hand down Kadugala, and this is what B-Wall was praying for. My oh my. Eric now with 1 second separating him and Kadugala, and B-Wall will be happy that the battle is being brought close to Kadugala. That only means that he could have an opportunity to get away. Another 3-second penalty for that is Gerald Hamilton because of getting off the track and getting off track limits. Can Eric hand down Kadugala? But as Eric is handing down Kadugala, Samuel King is coming back for his position. Through 0.2 seconds separating these 2 drivers. Can he get a bit of DRS support? Not yet, but he could be able to get his man without even the support of DRS. And yes, he does get the man he was hunting for. Gets him, and they go yet again. Can he get close to Kadugala? Ladies and gentlemen, I promised you that the race was going to unfold before our eyes, and it is indeed unfolding before our eyes. Ooh. There we go. Eric, 0.5 seconds behind Samuel King. Samuel King, 0.5 seconds behind Kadugala. It is a matter of defend, and attack. Who will come out on top of this battle? Samuel King looking for the overtake. Eric looking for the overtake. My oh my, we are on board Samuel King now, looking to overtake Kadugala. But here comes Eric as well. Look at these 3 drivers go at it. Eric, can he get his man? Samuel King, can he get his man? It's 0.2 seconds separating these 2 drivers, 0.4 seconds separating these drivers. What a race these 3 gentlemen are giving us here in Russia. And here we go. Any moment now. Can we get some DRS support? No DRS support. But Samuel King is getting his man. Does he have the outline? Does he now get the inside? All the three of them are all going at it, and off goes Eric. My oh my, what a race. There we go, yet again. These drivers are going to keep us at it. 10 laps have been done so far. Of course, setting the laps is Biwo, the race leader. And Joel Kamadi has chosen to get into the pits. He's pitted first. The question is now, who is going to pit first of the leaders? But Joel Kamadi may have pulled a very vital undercut here, because at the end of it, got to pit. Here comes Joel Kamadi. Where does he come out? It's now probably going to be a whole 30 seconds behind the race leaders. But again, we go back to where the race is. There we go. Eric behind Samuel King. Samuel King behind Kadugala. The battle is on. These are things that determine your champions. These are moments that determine drivers. And ultimately, we are going to get incredible action from these three drivers. Samuel King now has a 0.23 seconds gap on Kadugala. Can he be able to get the man he's hunting for? He has to keep within. Another 3 seconds penalty for Gerald Hamilton. The championship leader is picking penalties like those picking, gorillas, or better yet, some bit of lollipops. Here we go. Samuel King. Can he get some DRS support? He could have gotten some DRS support, and now he's overtaking Kadugala, and the overtake is complete. Is it yet? Does he get the overtake? Oh, Kadugala just maintains that lead. What a race this is. What a race, ladies and gentlemen. What a race. Eric is now coming out of the pits. Where does he come out? 24 seconds behind Samuel King. He's got a lot of work to do, but the advantage he has is he's pitted first, so that means he has the upper hand, because ultimately Samuel King, Kadugala and Biwol all have got to pit. And there goes Samuel King. But Kadugala just about maintains that lead. Ooh. Ladies and gentlemen, we are keeping an eye on Samuel King with 0.2 seconds separating him and Kadugala. Can he overtake him? Can he overtake Kadugala? 0.3 seconds. He needs to be patient. He needs to be able to get his man. And any second now, Kadugala goes wide and he chooses to get into the pit. Kadugala enters the pit. Biwol is in the pit as well. Samuel King. Where will this pit get? That's a fast pit from Biwol. He gets out into the mediums again. Samuel King takes the leadership of this race. Biwol is in second. Kadugala is in third. Remember, both drivers are in the pit. And now, Eric has also entered the pit. Biwol comes out, still in second position. That only means that he is going to have another go at Samuel King, who is yet to pit. Biwol on fresh mediums. It's 12 laps done. That means we could see another pit stop from these drivers. Well, Gerald Hamilton today has really enjoyed kissing, the walls. As he was entering the pit, he kissed his wall. And here comes Eric behind Kadugala on the attack. Can Eric master some bit of pace to attack Kadugala? 0.3 seconds separating these two drivers. Remember that Eric has fresher tires, and can he get the driver? Can he get him? Oh, and Kadugala just about manages to get the inside. These two drivers are going at it. There goes Eric yet again with 0.2 seconds separating him and Kadugala. Can the corner come at the right time for Kadugala? Yes, it does. Ooh, this is going to be interesting because now Eric has the straight line. Can he be able to overtake? Can he get his man? But the corner comes yet again timely for Kadugala. A shake from Eric, but ultimately he gets his man and he takes over, gets into second position. But Kadugala is not giving up yet. Looking at him from the rear mirror, Kadugala is back into second position. This is working out perfectly for B-Wall, who is leading this race, because with these two attacking and defending against each other, it ultimately gives him breathing space and also gives him the gap to be able to overtake, to take control and create a bit of distance between him and the two drivers. B-Wall back into leading this race. Kadugala 3.5 seconds behind B-Wall. Eric 0.2 seconds, 0.1. Can we get that overtake? Yes, Eric gets the overtake. But for how long? Kadugala goes a little bit wide. Ooh, not what he would have wanted. Swerves again. And that may just be the breather that Eric needed. Kadugala with a whole lot of work to do. Remember that now he has to contend with the Joel Kamadi, who is coming in hot. 0.1 seconds. And here comes Kadugala. Samuel King on the overlap of Joel Kamadi. Can he get him? Joel Kamadi protects his inside line. But for how long? Because now Samuel King gets the inside and protects it, gets to make the overtake he's been waiting for. But for how long? Samuel King gets the overtake. This race is just about everything. Joel Kamadi, 0.4 seconds behind Samuel King. On board now with the two drivers. Can he get up DRS support? No, he doesn't get the DRS support. But Joel Kamadi is coming in hot and he overtakes Samuel King. He gets that little bit of push that he needs and he continues to protect himself. Gerald Hamilton has been disqualified from this race. He is disqualified because of the multiple warnings that he got. That is the championship leader going out in a very, very despicable manner. B-Wall continues to lead this race. 3 seconds. Kadugala is hunting down Eric. who is hunting down the race leader, B1. And Eric is doing an incredible job because now it's 2.7 seconds separating B1 and Eric. Remember that Eric is Kanim Kadugala, who had this race all to himself, now finds himself in third position. Joel Kamadi in fourth, Samuel King in fifth, and your championship leader has been disqualified. Gerald Hamilton is not a very happy man. Samuel King has just swerved off the track again, and that may just be the support that Joel Kamadi needed, because now it's 0.2 seconds separating these two drivers. Can Eric master some bit of pace and overtake Samuel King? For Eric continues to slash down on that time difference between him and B-Ward. It's now 2.6 seconds separating the two drivers. B-Ward, what a race he's had. The Gardens F1 Club driver has been massive today. Started this race well in third position, and then the moment he took leadership of this race, he's not looked back. He's been very patient, he's been very disciplined, and that ultimately has helped him to ensure that he continues leading this race. But he needs to be able to watch his side mirrors, because Eric, his teammate, is coming in hot. The question is, are they going to play some bit of team orders in this race? Because Eric needs to win this race to close the gap between him and Gerald Hamilton in the championship, and for B-Wall, he needs these points to be able to finish in third or fourth. So it's a little bit tricky for Gardens F1 Club, really. It's decisions and decisions for the team. Eric has really struggled with overtaking Samuel King. All the drivers are giving it their best. B-Wall is not accepting to be challenged today. It's 2.6 seconds separating him and his teammate, Eric. 2.4 seconds separating Eric and Kadugala. 2.1 seconds separating Kadugala and Samuel King, and 0.8 seconds separating Samuel King and Joel Kamadi. On board with Joel Kamadi as he hunts down Samuel King, who is in fourth. A reminder that the championship leader, Gerald Hamilton, has been disqualified for having gone off the track multiple times. If there ever was a story that you never expected in this championship, it was definitely Gerald Hamilton getting disqualified. But like always, like I say, miracles, and I mean miracles, always do happen. On board with the three drivers, Kadugala, Samuel King, Joel Kamadi. What a race this has turned out to be. Samuel King creates just about some breathing space, because now it's 1.4 seconds separating him and Joel Kamadi. A reminder that we could be seeing pit stops any moment now because the pit stops are now open for whichever driver may want to go for an undercut. Who is going to pit for what tires? Will anyone pit for mediums again, or is everyone going to pit for some softs? And Joel Kamadi has entered the pits. This could be very, very important a decision for the Twitter driver or the next media driver. We have to see how far off he's going to come out in this pit stop. Already he is 20 seconds behind. B-Wall has to go for an undercut in this situation because that could be what helps him. 8 laps to go. Eric getting ever so close to his teammate. 2 seconds separating these two drivers. Eric needs to win this championship, this race, to be able to close the gap between him and Gerald Hamilton. Gerald Hamilton out of this race. Samuel King 1.7 seconds behind Kadugala. And this 7 laps remaining for this championship, for this race to come to a close. The question is Gardens F1 going to make a call for some team orders for B-Wall to allow Eric to win this race? But as things stand, this championship belongs to Gerald Hamilton, because as things stand, it is 265 points to Gerald Hamilton and 190 points to, that is, Eric. For B-Wall, a win today could see him leapfrog Kadugala on the table, which would mean that he gets to finish 5th after today's race. And if he wins the next race, he could actually just about nick Joel Kamadi as well. So B-Wall has a lot at stake as well in this race. 6 laps to go in this championship. But Eric is not giving up. He's hunting down B-Wall, hunting him down. And now it's 1.4 seconds that separate the Gardens F1 drivers. Joel Kamadi sets some fastest laps in there. .2 seconds separate Eric from the championship leader B-Wall with 6 laps to go. This is where, if I'm B-Wall, I just make a turn to the pit stop. But Eric is getting ever so close to Bewall. It's now 1 second that separate the Gardens F1 club drivers. 0.9 seconds separate these two drivers. 0.8 seconds. Any moment now we could see an incredible overtake. Can Eric get some DRS support? And now we are out of the DRS zone, so it's all about him hunting down Bewall and going for the overtake, because now it's 0.2 seconds that separate these two drivers. No collision should happen in this moment because we want to see a clean overtake, but Bewall protects that inside line. Goes a little bit wide than he could have wanted, but he continues to protect that inside line yet again. Whoa, what a race these two are about to give us. Bewall now with 0.6 seconds, and we are past the DRS zone. So now again for Eric, it's all to do, it's all to hunt for. Can he get Bewall? 0.3 seconds separating these two drivers. Any moment now we could see an overtake, but Bewall protects the inside again. He needs to continuously protect the inside line. Beautiful turn on that apex, protects the inside line again, and he gets it. Oh, beautiful driving for Bewall. Like I said, these are the things that determine or that make drivers. 0.2 seconds that separate these two drivers, and now we are in a straight line. This is where Eric could get his chance for the overtake, and Eric goes off a bit, gets the man. Does he have the inside? Bewall gets his inside, he protects it yet again, and he maintains the leadership of this race in Sochi. Man, it seems no team orders are being made, so these drivers are going at it old fashioned. 0.5 seconds. It is now or never for Eric. No one is blinking. By the look of things, no one is going into the pits. So it only means that these two drivers are going to race it out until the very end with 4 laps to go. And there goes Bewall. He's been absolutely disciplined in this race, but so has Eric, and now he gets the overtake that he's been looking for. Gets that inside line, protects it as well, and Bewall comes back again from the outside and overtakes. Ladies and gentlemen, what a race we are having here. If you were not paying attention, this is the battle for who gets to win the race in Sochi. My oh my, the Gardens F1 drivers are leaving nothing on track and giving everything to us the viewers. Bewall, he needs to be able to protect that and can Eric get it? He makes the overtake. Does he protect the inside? Bewall coming closely, and they just about touch. My goodness, Bewall is not giving up this championship, this race lead. He wants to win this race. A little bit of a bump there from Eric. And Bewall doing everything in the books to protect this lead. He's been a clean driver, he's been a disciplined driver, but so has Eric, and they are not leaving anything to chance. Everyone wants to win this race. They both want to take the points back home. The battle is between Eric and Bewall, and Eric does get the overtake, but does he protect this? Bewall makes the overtake yet again. My goodness, these two. But guess who is benefiting from this battle? One and only Kadugala, because Kadugala is now 0.5 seconds behind Eric, which means he is just about 1.5 seconds behind. That is Bewall, who is leading this race. My oh my. the end to this race may just be either beautiful or calamitous. And there is a prancing person as well coming from the back who is watching everything. But Kadugala couldn't get a bit of Eric, and he gets Eric. Eric went off track, and Kadugala has gotten this race. He's gotten into second position. Finds himself now with some work to do on chasing down B-Wall. My, oh goodness. Eric getting so close to Kadugala. Can he get back into second position? Samuel King is hunting down Eric as well, with 0.3 seconds separating these two drivers. 0.3 seconds. Can Samuel King get close to Eric? Can Eric get close to Kadugala? This battle will only benefit B-Wall, who is now a whole 1.4 seconds ahead of Kadugala, who is in second. Eric needs to be disciplined and patient and hand down Kadugala, because he needs to finish either behind his teammate B-Wall or to win this race. But as things stand, with one lap to go, it looks like finishing second may just be his best bet. And the corner comes just in a nick of time. Oh no! And the collision has gifted Samuel King, who now finds himself in second position. Kadugala is hunting down and they go wide. Eric benefits from this. Eric has benefited from the collision between Samuel King and Kadugala. Ultimately, and Samuel King is into second again. Ladies and gentlemen, tighten your seatbelts, because these three drivers are going to give us an edge of the seat kind of end to this race. Very, very close. Eric hunting down Samuel King. Does he get the inside? He makes the overtake and he protects it. He needs to protect. Oh! And Samuel King gets back into it. But B-Wall will be very happy with how these three drivers are battling it out for who gets to finish second, because for him now it's an entire 3-second gap. This only means that if all stays as is, B-Wall will be taking home this championship, this race. B-Wall is looking at his first win of the season, but not definitely his first podium, because he's been picking those podiums up ever since the last 4 races. So he's definitely done incredibly well ever since the turnaround of the season. But look at those three drivers go at it. Who will get to finish second, third, and fourth is the big question for Eric all to do here. He has 0.4 seconds, and we are getting into the DRS zone, because any moment now and we are getting to the DRS zone. Can Eric get a bit of support? No, he misses it out. Oh my goodness, what a race. The checkered flag needs to come soon for Samuel King, because guess what? Eric is not giving up yet, and for B-Wall, the checkered flag is about to come around for him, which could mean that he gets to win the championship, the race for the first time. B-Wall wins it in Russia. He gets the win, the first he's been longing for. Samuel King comes on to second. Eric comes home to third, and Kadugala comes home to fourth. And those are sounds of an ecstatic B-Wall. A clean race is driven, an emphatic win for the Guardians F1 driver. What a race for him. What a race. We will be coming back in 5 minutes with Abu Dhabi to close the season. And Kadugala is your driver of the day. What a race he's had, but ultimately he'll feel hugely undone by some of the collisions. And there is how things stand.
To know what it's like, how it feels behind the wheel, on the most exclusive asphalt in the world. 1,000 horsepower at your command, speed like you've never known. Millimeters between fame and failure. Milliseconds between first and forgotten. Take your seat. Enter the new era. F1 22. To know what it's like, how it feels behind the wheel, on the most exclusive asphalt in the world. 1,000 horsepower at your command, speed like you've never known. Millimeters between fame and failure. Milliseconds between first and forgotten. Take your seat. Enter the new era. F1 22. To know what it's like, how it feels behind the wheel, on the most exclusive asphalt in the world. 1,000 horsepower at your command, speed like you've never known. Millimeters between fame and failure. Milliseconds between first and forgotten. Take your seat. Enter the new era. F1 22. To know what it's like, how it feels behind the wheel, on the most exclusive asphalt in the world. 1,000 horsepower at your command, speed like you've never known. Millimeters between fame and failure. Milliseconds between first and forgotten. Take your seat. Enter the new era. F1 22. Want to know what it's like? How it feels behind the wheel. On the most exclusive asphalt in the world. "1,000 horsepower at your command. Speed like you've never known. Millimeters between fame and failure. Milliseconds between first and forgotten. Take your seat. Enter the new era. F1 22. Want to know what it's like? How it feels behind the wheel. On the most exclusive asphalt in the world. "1,000 horsepower at your command. Speed like you've never known. Millimeters between fame and failure. Milliseconds between first and forgotten. Take your seat. Enter the new era. F1 22. Want to know what it's like? How it feels behind the wheel. On the most exclusive asphalt in the world. 1,000 horsepower.